Good afternoon, everyone. So we want to take a moment to encourage organizations to be on guard for malicious cyber activity in advance of the holiday weekend. To be clear, we have no specific threat information or information regarding attacks this weekend, but what we do have is history. And in the past, over holiday weekends, attackers have sometimes focused on security operations centers that may be understaffed, or a sense that there are fewer key personnel on duty as they may be on vacation. And indeed, a long weekend can sometimes make attackers feel they have extra time to navigate in a network before they're detected. So as the long weekend comes, we want to raise awareness, and this need for awareness is particularly for critical infrastructure owners and operators who operate critical services for Americans. As part of the administration's ongoing efforts to secure our America's defenses against cybercrime and ransomware, on Tuesday, the FBI and DHS's CISA released an advisory outlining specific steps that organizations and individuals can take to really increase their defenses and be safe online. You can find this on CISA's one-stop shop for information, stopransomware.gov, and we encourage you to please visit the site, read the advisory, and take those critical steps. Organizations and individuals should be on alert now because criminals sometimes lay in their steps in advance and begin their planning. Now, I want to walk through a few specific things you can do right now to protect against possible attacks and to ensure that you can recover quickly in the event that an organization is compromised. Specifically, I'd like to call on executives to please bring together your leadership teams and run through this set of activities to ensure that your organizations are as secure as they need to be before the holiday weekend. First, update and patch all software. We continuously see attackers compromising organizations based on vulnerabilities that are known for which patches are available. Second, ensure that individuals have strong passwords in place. And indeed, for key personnel, encourage them to change their passwords now. Third, implement multi-factor authentication, particularly for key personnel and IT staff. Multi-factor authentication is something more than a password. It could be a biometric, like a fingerprint. It could be a code that comes off software. Last week, President Biden hosted key executives from technology companies as part of his efforts to really secure America online. And a number of those executives pointed to multi-factor authentication as preventing 80 to 90% of cyber attacks. Indeed, because it is such a helpful way to address cyber vulnerabilities, it's one of the 5 things President Biden mandated be rolled out across the federal government quickly as part of his executive order in May. Fourth, review your incident response plan and do a drill against it to ensure that if a compromise occurs, you're ready to react and respond quickly. And finally, ensure that you have up-to-date backups and that they're segregated from a network so that they're not accessible to an attacker. There are a couple of other good practices to do. Security teams should proactively hunt on a network. It's kind of like a digital version of walking the beat. Look for any initial signs of compromise or anything unusual on a network. And everyone should be extra vigilant for phishing emails and clicking on links that may be new or something that looks unusual. I want to repeat that we have no information about any specific threats or attacks, so the purpose of this is really to raise awareness before a holiday weekend, given the history of increased criminal cyber activity during holiday weekends. As always, CISA, FBI, and other U.S. government partners are positioned to support any organization that needs it. Please visit stopransomware.gov and follow the practices that you see. Taking a step back for a moment, the Biden administration is committed to addressing cyber threats to the country. And indeed, as I mentioned, last week, President Biden hosted executives from technology companies, education firms, critical infrastructure, and others to focus on addressing the root causes of cyber. The technology companies in particular announced a set of commitments online to address some of the root causes of technology vulnerabilities and improve security of their products. Thank you. Wishing you a safe and enjoyable holiday weekend.